The National Urban League is weighing in on the killing of George Floyd. The organization has been fighting for civil rights since its inception almost 110 years ago. The president and CEO of the national organization is Marc Morial, and we are delighted to have him with us this evening.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Well, you took part in an important roundtable today. I was on that call, the call for justice, change, and peace. Please tell us about what you felt about the outcome of that call, which had so many high-level people on that call, from Kamala Harris and Senator Kamala Harris and Cory Booker, amongst others.
Yeah, thank you. We brought together Senator Kamala Harris, Senator Cory Booker, Congressional Black Caucus Chair Karen Bass, along with 7 civil rights leaders from Al Sharpton to Cheryl Ifill to Derek Johnson, and Kristen Clark and Melanie Campbell and Vanita Gupta. All of us unified on a number of counts. Number one, we want Thursday to be recognized as a day of mourning and respect for George Floyd. It's the day he'll be funeralized in Minneapolis, and it is a day his family has asked for there to be peace and respect for his life and for his memory, and a day for us to consolidate around the need for justice for him. Secondly, we issued a call to action demanding action on police reform at the Congress and in states across the nation and at cities across the nation. It is time for action. The police reform movement in America requires changes in law, laws that allow police officers to be held accountable, laws that prevent chokeholds, laws that prevent police officers from, if you will, hiding behind the so-called blue line to protect colleagues who engage in criminal wrongdoing. And that is what occurred in this case. And a wide range of very important reforms, a database on the use of force, on disciplinary measures, so police officers who commit acts of violence, who commit acts of corruption, can't simply resign from one force, go 100 miles down the road and join another force, and that new force knows nothing about the background of that officer. We have got to reform policing in America. We have to reform the criminal justice system in America, and our call to action is to say to people, let's rally. The way to pay respect to Ahmaud Arbery, to Breonna Taylor, to George Floyd, to Eric Garner, to Tamir Rice, to Trayvon Martin, to Michael Brown, all of these black men and women who died as a result of either police violence or vigilante violence, is to make law changes that allow, to make system changes that allow the people who commit these heinous acts to be held accountable. Up till now, none have been held accountable.
Marc, you served 8 years and well so as the mayor of New Orleans. You made it a mission to correct public policing policies in the Crescent City. What has gone wrong in Minneapolis and the departments all across the nation to get us to this point? And I'm thinking about, why haven't these officers been screened or pre-screened before they're even allowed to be on the force and to take the streets?
To do police reform, it requires will, determination, fortitude, grit, because you're going to take on some entrenched interests. You're going to take on police unions. You're going to take on police apologists. You're going to take on a sentiment in certain parts of the community that the police are sacrosanct, that they can do no wrong. In New Orleans, the problem had become so severe in the early 1990s, with a combination of corruption, brutality and misconduct, and ineffective policing, which led the city to have record murder rates and record violent crime rates. We literally pulled the department apart and completely rebuilt it on a new foundation, a foundation of community policing, new hiring standards, new training standards, a new philosophy around discipline and internal investigations, new ways to recruit, better pay, better working conditions, better equipment, and accountability. In the Morial administration of the 1990s, if a police officer committed wrongdoing, that police officer would be swiftly given due process and, if necessary, terminated. Terminated from the force, severely disciplined. We wouldn't wait to see if a prosecutor or a United States attorney acted. We felt, and I feel strongly, that to protect and to serve is a privilege to which those men and women who protect and serve should meet the highest standards of capabilities, abilities, and respect.
All right, Marc Morial, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will, of course, be
Always good
talking
to be on the
with you
Black
more.
News Channel, and good luck as you all continue to launch and to grow.
Thank you, sir, very much. We
Appreciate your
it.
support.
Appreciate it. Thank you.